So we're going to share, again, our stories, our concerns, and we're going to do it in a cafe-like atmosphere. I named my company Working Parent Cafe because I love that sense of we sit here and drink and share some of the food that's been provided to us tonight. It's just a nice, easy way of talking to each other, and that's what we're going to do. The second part, I want to make sure you do end up with that Take Charge action plan, that you leave here with a commitment to action and a new tool that will help you in your work-life issues. Why is this important to you? Well, I've talked to many of you already, and we have this tremendous stress because our work lives are demanding. And our work-life issues are very different. Some of us have children, some don't. Some single parents, some have elderly parents that we're taking care of. We all have issues that we try to balance along with our work. It's important to our workplace. Fifth Third and AEP sponsoring us tonight because they know they have a talent pool that they want to see advance, that they want to see be productive to the business goals. So work life is critically important. You know, I got my wake-up call from a telemarketer on work-life vision. I had my 4 kids, I had my career, and this telemarketer called me to ask me what grocery store I use. And this is the time I was back into grocery stores. And typically I wouldn't answer a telemarketer, but for whatever reason I did. And I said, I use Kroger's, it's just down the street. He said, why do you use it? It's close, that's why I use it. Okay, he says, there's a new grocery store opening up. It's about 5 miles away. Would you use that? And I said, no, I like my Kroger's. He said, well, prices. The prices are going to be so good. Would you use it if the prices were lower? I said, no, wouldn't even think of it. He said, the decor, it's going to be beautiful. It's modern, you know, you got to see it. And I said, no, I have no curiosity. I'm going to my Kroger's. And he said, gas discounts. We're going to offer gas discounts. Would that get you to move to our store? No. You know, I think he hung up on me. Well, I hung up. At first I thought it was funny, but then I thought, you know what, this is kind of sad. When I think about it, I go to work, which is 4 minutes away. I go to my Kroger's, 2 miles, and I go back and forth to the school with the kids. And that is my life. I have become so claustrophobic. That's all I do. And it really felt like I was in a tank. And then given that my career is very demanding, having 4 kids, again, I made this choice, keeps me on my toes, it felt like that tank was full of water and I was just above the level, enough to breathe. And to go to another grocery store, I think would sink me. And it was that realization that hit me, and this handout that you have in front of you, we're going to go through, where it says, is your life like you pictured it? It sure wasn't. So I did some reading because I felt the need to change. I read Stephen Covey, First Things First, another author, Matthew Kelly. Stephen Covey talks a lot about what's the priority in your life. Matthew Kelly talks about how do you make sure you're growing spiritually, emotionally, you're in good physical shape. So those were 2 elements that I really took a lot out of. And I actually recently wrote a book myself. Now notice how thin it is. This is a book for work-life struggles. I've narrowed it down to what really works well for me, and I'm going to share the guts of it with you today. And there's 4 steps. The first is to really get control, and that helps reduce your stress, right? Control over what do you want in life. That's identifying your roles. Here's my example. I decided I wanted more than just what I was doing. You know, I used to be a student. I loved to learn. I wanted that back in my life. I wanted friendship, like we talked about earlier, back in my life. So this first step is all about deciding what you want, putting yourself in control. The next step is to build a vision. Be aspirational, be creative. Let the walls of that tank fall down and open up. What do you want out of your life? The third step begins the magic, and that's planning for what you're going to do to get there. And then the fourth step is putting it in place and reviewing and reflecting every week. I'd like us to start down that path right now because I know you want to leave with something concrete